we are going to respond to an ongoing crisis, a crisis that has seen itself manifested in another level, where people are starting to shoot at cops. As a responsible leader, we have to find a way that people can have their points met and get answers done without getting to that point.
So what kind of answers are you really giving? Because I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but it seems a little bit more like a venting session out there right now.
Well, the first part of any meeting has to be when people speak of what they have had, and some people will call that venting. When you talk about a population that day after day comes on the TV and sees themselves assaulted and killed, of course they have a right to speak. And to outsiders, they may misunderstand it. They may feel that this is all that happened. We are now changing that meeting and changing the conversation into next steps. I've taken one. I've called on the police to clean up their ranks. I've said that police, you know who amongst you is a racist, you know who amongst you is a criminal, they need to clean up their ranks. They can't come out and say that the community just needs to embrace them when they are not embracing the community. All of us need to move forward on this one. Politicians need to clean up their ranks. Preachers need to clean up their ranks. Police need to clean up their ranks too. Nobody knows who is a bigot more than the cops on the force. Those people are a disgrace. The bad apples are a disgrace to the whole police force. So why is there a blue wall of silence? That blue wall of silence must be torn down, and it must be torn down by good cops.
So what are you hoping, that your constituents get out of this?
My constituents are in the process of organizing. This organization will take place in many different ways. Some will organize around the precinct council. Some will organize around you. Some will organize putting pressure on the police themselves. Others will organize in many different ways. And I think all of them are healthy. My job is to support every sign of positive movement.
So, do you think that there's anyone in this meeting that's really going to take the initiative from this meeting and really, make a change?
I think that you've seen the beginning of the change already. I think that when you involve women, when you involve the very young, you're going to see some change. You have seen women stand up, and when women stand up, this world changes. Then you've seen youth stand up, and the youth are so wise that they know that they are the change agent. So I believe that you already have seen the change. The change when a plant is bursting through the ground. You don't see how it's growing. All you know is if it keeps growing, it becomes a mighty tree. So right now it may seem meager to some, and they have their right. But to those of us who understand change has started already.
And I'm trying to think now. Part of this also, what I read at least, it's not just getting the police to change, but it's also addressing what happened in Dallas.
Sure.
Sure.
It is. I don't understand why people are so surprised at that. Now, I disagree with it, let's be clear, but I understand it. I again say that if you put a pot of water on a fire, you cut the water on, you put a lid on it, why are you surprised if the pot blows over? If people don't see justice, if they don't see justice take place in the courts, they are going to start holding court in the street. Responsible leaders must make sure that there is justice in the courts.
So, what's the one thing that people should take away from this meeting? What's that one thing?
The one thing that they should take away from this meeting is unify, organize yourself. We will find the way to get to justice, but it has to come through unity.